Hi, I wanted to talk about a quote on page 149. Audre Lorde says, I walked away from the memorial rally in Union Square Park into the warm village night, tears streaming down my face for them, for their sons, for all our wasted efforts, for myself, wondering whether there was any place anywhere that was different from here, anywhere that could be safe and free, not really even sure of what being safe and free could mean. So this is a dense sentence. It could feasibly be two different, sentences, but the two sections of the quote are connected with a dash rather than, being divided with a period. I don't know what I was doing with my hand there. The reason for this is, in the first part of the sentence, she's speaking within a broad context. She talks about crying for the Rosenbergs, for their sons, for all our wasted efforts, etc., etc. In the second, she begins to narrow it down to herself. She ends the first part of the sentence with the word myself, and then after the dash, she begins to contextualize it within her own experience, emphasizing the words safe and free, which are things she's struggled with throughout the book, whether it be freedom from her mother, freedom from the forced ignorance of her youth, or lack of safety in a time when being a black lesbian woman was not, you know, socially okay, I guess. Um, she begins to ask, what does it mean to be safe and free? And, has she ever really been safe and free to begin with? Um, so the word safe in the Oxford English Dictionary is defined as being free from hurt or danger or unharmed. The word free is defined at, as not or no longer in servitude or subjection to another, having personal, social, and political rights as a member of a society or state. So, as a young black woman in the 1950s, Lorde has a lot of odds stacked against her. In the second part of the definition, we see a lot of reasons why she would feel unsafe or unfree, or not free, sorry. Um, so, as a black person, Lorde is subject to racism and is actively being oppressed and having rights withheld from her. As a woman, she's, seen as lesser. As a lesbian, her sexual identity is something that she could be in serious danger for. As someone who leans more towards the socialist side of politics, she has to live in fear that, the FBI will come and accuse her of collusion with the Russians. And this is especially, prevalent in this quote because this is immediately after the Rosenbergs were executed. So, each of these would be, very hard to deal with on their own. But, this combination is particularly unsafe and particularly oppressive. So, yes, I would say that Lorde has never really been or felt safe or free in certain contexts of the word. This quote serves to show her growing distrust of her place in society and furthermore, society as a whole. Um, it's, I feel like this is too small of a word, but it's an unfortunate quality of her time that anyone who was different from the perceived status quo was treated with scorn and furthermore oppression. And, as liberal and bohemian as New York, and especially the East Village or Greenwich Village, which I'm not really sure, it's not really specified which one it is because, they both border Union Square Park. But anyway, um, as liberal as they're seen, you know, it was still 1953. It was still a racially charged time. Pre this was pre-civil rights movement and pre-sexual revolution. So, it was a very ignorant time, I guess. So, there are definitely reasons that she would feel unsafe or not free.